Hi, Nick here. I'm sitting in the Oldenburg barrel cellar, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on how to make quality Chardonnay. The first thing is it starts in the vineyards. About 2 weeks before ripening, myself and our intern spend time in the vineyard, basically tasting the grapes, looking at the color of the pips, looking at the color of the berry too. Chardonnay is one of those varieties that you actually want the berry to change from green to yellow. So I taste for flavor, and once I feel that the flavors are there, I also look at the sugar content, and also, again, really important in Chardonnay is a nice acidity level. So once I feel everything is in balance, we'll then make the picking decision. What happens then is that early morning, our team will go in as the sun rises, pick the grapes into small little 18-kilogram lug boxes, where the grapes will then be put into a cool room to cool down to about 4 degrees overnight. The next morning, we take the grapes out and then put them into the press whole bunch. So we use a pneumatic press where we do a very slow champagne cycle to press out the juice. The quality of the juice that we get is very good with whole bunch pressing, and you have really good drainage in the press because of the whole clusters and the stems that help with the drainage of the juice. Then one of the secrets that I picked up while working abroad is to oxidize the juice. So I leave the juice without any form of sulfur to turn really brown, almost like the color of Coca-Cola. From there it goes into tank to settle overnight naturally, and then the next morning we rack to barrel. What I like to do is take a little bit of sediment with it. So I take some of the fine sediment on top into barrel with the Chardonnay juice, and what this sediment does is it helps with the fermentation process. We then leave the barrels for about 5 to 8 days for natural fermentation to kick off. Now the great thing about natural fermentation is that it's a very long fermentation, but it keeps the yeast in suspension for a long time and creates a much fuller wine. Then one of the things that we do quite different to a lot of different wineries is we roll the barrels. So instead of batonaging the barrels, where you stir up the barrels on a weekly basis with something that looks almost like a golf club, we actually keep the bungs in and roll the barrels. Now the reason for rolling the barrels is to stir up the lees or the dead yeast cells, keep them in suspension, and in that way fatten up the wine. But with batonage, what you have to do is open up the barrel every time you remove the bung, and every time you open the bung, air goes in, and this air just basically erodes some of the fruit character in the wine and takes some of the freshness out of the wine. So by rolling the barrels and keeping in these stainless steel bungs, you don't get any air in the wine, you don't get any oxidation, and you preserve that beautiful fruit. From there, the wine stays in barrel for 11 months period. On the Chardonnay, we're using a lot of Burgundian oak coopers, all 2 to 8 litre tight grain French oak barrels. Then after the period in oak, the wine comes out. It is then put through a very fine filtration and then into bottle for about 3 months before release. So now that you know all my secrets about making a great Chardonnay, I'm not the only one who thinks it's a great Chardonnay. This little baby here was awarded gold medal and 95 points in the latest Decanter World Wine Awards, chosen from over 18,000 wines. On the nose, citrus in a glass, lime, lemon zest, lovely fennel character on the wine, a beautiful green color with just a touch of yellow hue. On the palate, a lovely crisp acidity, a little bit of that oak coming through from a third new oak, and a beautiful wine to enjoy on a lovely winter's day like today. Cheers.